What's going on? What's going on, guys? It's your boy, Crazy Faith the God in the building. Getting ready to drop some quick value for you guys today. So today's topic is actually going to be being rich is hard and being broke is hard, right? And we got to choose our heart, right? Think about it, right? Being rich is hard and being broke is hard too, right? And it's up to you to actually choose your heart, right? Do you want to live a life that's mediocre or a life that's fulfilled, that's abundant, that's joyful, that's freedom, right? And we got to be aware of this, right? Being rich is hard, being broke is hard. It's either way, it's going to be hard, right? But the pain of discipline is actually easier than the pain of regret, right? We got to be mindful of the work that we're putting on a day-to-day basis because it's where we're going to end up. The work that we're not putting in and the work that we're putting in is going to be a result of the destination and where we go in life, right? It's going to be a reflection of where we go in life. And we got to be mindful to actually take this serious, right? Either way is hard. So we got to choose our heart, right? And what helped me choose is the simple fact that I know that I'm getting older. We all getting older, and I rather do what's hard, do the right thing that's hard now, so I can live a fulfilled and a blessed life later, right? But if I don't do what's hard now, and I relax and do the easy thing now, later on, my life will be so hard, right? And why not choose if it's gonna be hard? Why not choose to be rich? If it's gonna be hard either way, why not just choose to be rich? It's gonna be hard either way. Why not choose to be rich and put the effort in order to get there? Why? Why not? You know why people don't want to do it? Because it's easy to do and it's easy not to do. It's easy to do and it's easy not to do, right? It's easy to make a video every day and it's also easy not to do it as well, right? So choose your heart. It's either going to be hard now and your life be easy later, or your life is easy now and your life is hard later. You have to choose your heart. You have to choose your heart. And God won't place something in your heart that He can't bring to life. God won't put something in your heart that He can't bring to life, right? He cannot put something in your heart that He cannot bring to life, right? He won't do that. He just wouldn't do that, right? We got to be mindful of the power and the strength that lies within inside of us, and we got to stay locked in. There's so many distractions to take you away from your dreams and goals, right? And when you do lock in, stay consistent. When you do lock in, stay consistent each and every single day, right? When you lock in for life, right? Because I see a lot of people, and I used to have a problem with locking in and just doing it for a certain amount. Now it's just full throttle lock in, consistency, right? And you see your character start to build. You see your spirit start to get stronger over a period of time. You see your strength start to increase over a period of time. You see your spirit start to get stronger over a period of time, right? But the moment we don't stretch, we don't grow, we become average. We become the same person that we were yesterday and the day before that, right? You want to evolve. You want to grow. Who wants to stay the same? right? Who wants to stay the same? When you grow, you're actually able to give more value. You're actually be able to come up higher and see the new transformation that lies within inside of you. But when you stay average, you don't grow at all. You stay in a mediocre state of mind. Everything is just so average, right? Being broke is hard. Being rich is hard. We gotta choose our heart. We gotta choose our heart, right? And everything that you want is already within you. Every single thing that you want, all the hidden riches is within you. We just got to take time to develop it. We got to take time and make room. We got to make room for God to do what he needs to do. Some of us have a lot of stuff on our minds, our burdens on our backs. We got to give that to God, right? We got to be able to make some sacrifices and to sacrifice and to see what's really inside of us. God is not going to reveal things to you if you're not sacrificing, if you're not making room for what he needs for what he needs to show you. You got to have room in order to receive. Think about that. You got to have room in order to receive. If you don't have the room, if you don't have the capacity, how are you going to expect to receive anything? You can't. So we got to be mindful of this and to be able to come up higher, to evolve, transform, be 1% better, right? 1% better. Being rich is hard, being broke is hard. What are you guys going to choose? Are you guys going to choose to be rich, or are you going to choose to be broke? Are you guys going to choose to be rich, or are you guys going to choose to be broke? We got God, so we got to put the faith in him and allow him to take us where we need to go. We got to allow him to take us where we need to go because we can't get there on our own. I need God's spirit. I need his spirit to take me where I need to go. If I don't have his spirit, I can't even get to where I'm going. Right? And you don't need to sell your soul in order to get where you're going. You don't need to sell your soul in order to get to where you're going. You do not need to compromise. You do not need to compromise in order to get where you're going. You don't need to cut corners in order to get where you're going. You don't have to water down what God put in your heart to get where you're going. You do not need to water down what God put in your heart to get where you're going. God made you fearfully. God made you fearfully and wonderfully made. He made you fearfully and wonderfully. You're fearfully and wonderfully made in God's image. You do not need to water down anything to get where you're going. You could be the full, authentic version of you humbly, as long as you do it humbly and you putting God first on who He created you to be. You golden. People are gonna like you or dislike you. That's cool. If people like you, all right, cool. We rocking it. If they don't like you, be at peace with it and keep it pushing. But be who God called you to be. At least as long as you are at peace with God called you to be, and you're doing what God called you to do, that's the only thing that should matter. People shouldn't matter or dictate how you should be. They didn't create you. God created you. So for that same reason, I'm gonna be who God created me to be, whether people like me or dislike me. I'm not here for your approval. I'm not here for you to like me. I'm here to do what God called me to do and be the greatest version of myself for God as possible. And to serve as many people as possible, to give as much value as possible. That's what I'm created to do. Nothing else. Anything else, you're going to be watered down. You're going to live an average life, and you're never going to see the blessings and the fulfillment of God. Right? So we got to be mindful of this. We got to be super, super, super mindful of being the authentic version of who God called you to be. Because when you're not the authentic version, He can't bless you, right? He could only bless the authentic version of who He created you to be. And some of us are watering it down. Some of us are watering it down, right? Why are we watering down what God placed in your heart? If you're a high energy person, move with that high energy, right? But do it humbly and respectfully, and know when to bring that energy up and know when to bring it down and bring it up and bring. You gotta have control over that too. But don't water down what God put in your heart, right? Don't water that down. And to be honest, I was that person, right? I was, and I forgive myself for that. I forgive myself because I was once that person. And then I'm like, you know what? I had enough. I had enough of watering myself down for someone else. You didn't create me. You don't have that power to do that. You know, like I'm not doing that. Right? I'm living for God. Right? I'm living for the kingdom, whether you're with me or you're not. I'm at peace with it, right? Whether if you're with me or you're not, I'm at peace with it because I know who God created me to be, and I'm gonna operate out of that authenticity no matter what. Because I know if I do that, I would always win with God. And that's more important than winning with another person that didn't create me or even created this earth, right? Remember, we are all dust, right? God is the number one master created, kings of kings and lord of lords. I'm rocking with him. That person is not going to take you to the promised land. That person is not going to get you to where you need to be in life. So why even try to measure up to that? Let that go and move on for who God created you to be, right? I'm going to leave you guys with this. You guys ready? I'm going to leave you guys with this, right? Being rich is hard, being broke is hard, right? We got to choose our heart. Which one are you going to really choose, right? Because at the end of the day, we are running out of time, right? And you need to be the authentic version of yourself so that way God can bless you in a way that's beyond your imaginations. Without that, you would never see the big blessings of God. And it's never too late for you to change that page, to do that 360 turnaround and be a blessing to God's kingdom, right? And it's never too late to be your authentic version. It's never too late to be your authentic version, right? And when you're going to be your authentic version, do it for God. Do not do it for people. When you go to work, you work for God. Don't work for people. It's a different outcome and a different mindset, right? So I'm gonna leave you guys with that. Let's go. It's your boy, Crazy Faith the God. Once again, happy Tuesdays. Nothing but blessings and love. Enjoy this rest and beautiful day. Let's grow.